Hello and how are you, Toy Sports lovers out there? My name is Robbie Gillette and welcome to conversation number 23 of the Keeping It Real Throbby podcast, where we chat all things from the mental side of sport to stories, laughs and banter. Whether into the old pigskin or the old leather ball, we've got you. Today I'm joined by Proteas and Lions fast bowler Lutho Sipamla, who is somewhat new to the international scene, with 2 tests, 4 ODIs and 9 T20s to his name. But there's a lot more where that came from, I can tell you with absolute confidence. He made his test debut in 2019 against Sri Lanka, his ODI debut in 2020 against England, and his T20 debut in 2019 against Pakistan. He reflects fondly on all 3 debuts in our chat, as well as us covering life in the bubble, his journey, the Proteas and the culture camp, as well as the future. I hope you guys enjoy, and as always, let me know what you guys think. Brilliant. First of all, thanks, Lutho, for coming on. I appreciate it. And thanks for being understanding as well. I asked Lutho today if we could push it back a bit because I was playing a cricket game, and I just thought I'd let you know that it wasn't in vain. I ended up getting 63, and the bowling, we won't chat about the bowling. I got smacked around a bit. I got spanked, but secondly, it's just a flippant privilege to have you on. I appreciate it, and I think it's going to be an awesome chat. I think the guys listening or watching on YouTube are going to thoroughly enjoy it, so thank you very much. I'm locked, I'm loaded, I've got my Proteas cap on, ready to go. But before we get into the thicker things, I suppose, how are you doing? I've seen on your story now that you're in a camp. What is it? Is it a bubble? How are things that side?
I think it's good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me on the show. We're in a bubble at the moment, preparing for Pakistan, of course. So just training at the moment, and hopefully everything goes well.
Yeah, in terms of travel and that bubble, how was it? How does the whole setup work as well? Like, I know you guys were in Pakistan. It looked like you guys had your own plane to yourself. It must have been pretty scary, to be fair.
It was a bit of a lot. Going to Pakistan. It's a bit tough. But everything worked out quite nicely. We had a plane, a chartered plane for us.
Let's go.
We got there quite nicely. Everything was in order, well catered for. Everything went smoothly. So the experience was quite cool. I really enjoyed it, and a lot of takings from the Pakistan tour for me.
But how much freedom do you guys get? Like, when someone says it's a bubble, like, how much freedom do you guys get? Are you legit like in your room, or is there some like leeway?
The first couple of days, of course, we try to be in our room, so I think it does become a bit more bearable that way.
Yeah.
But just being in your room is not easy. Like, it's tough. Being in a hotel, not being able to go out, walk around, go to the mall, whatever. It is a bit of an ask, but so I get on with it, like I said, and it's not too bad for me personally.
I was in contact with someone on Saturday, or 2 people on Saturday who had COVID, and I obviously had to like quarantine before I could have my test. And just those 5 days, I was like, I can't.
Yeah, get over it.
If I'm positive, like, then I'm actually going to go nuts.
I know it is tough.
So I suppose it's important to pick your roommate wisely, or is that done for you?
We don't have roommates. You get your own room. So, because of COVID,
okay.
You have to kind of be isolated by yourself, especially in the quarantine stage.
Yeah. And how are you keeping busy? Is it learning and cheering on the guitar, or is it studies? What's keeping you busy? Have you got a voice?
I wish I was learning and cheering on the guitar, but I'm not that talented. For me,
it's not for me.
For me, it's just I spend a lot of time on my laptop watching series. I do study a little bit, so I try to catch up on wherever I can, whenever I get time to. If I'm not doing that, I might be reading a book. But most of the time, it's either I'm just chilling, sleeping, or either I'm playing in the games room with the guys. So it's how I keep myself busy and try to get out of my room in the hotel.
What do you study? Are you doing it like part-time? Because I usually can't be studying full-time, surely.
So I'm studying. I'm studying a BCom in marketing and business management. So it is part-time at the moment. Definitely can't be full-time because it's difficult, a lot of stress. So it's part-time, and I'm managing quite nicely at the moment. So
Okay, cool. And any series recommendations or book recommendations? Look, I'm looking for series, so I'm asking for myself.
I'd definitely recommend a series called Succession.
Okay.
It's an HBO. It's on Netflix. I think it's on Showmax as well. Not on Netflix, sorry. It's on Showmax and on HBO, I think. Yeah, you can watch that. That's a very good series. At the moment, I'm starting to start Breaking Bad. I've heard it's quite good.
I struggled to get into it, but I mean,
Is it?
My attention so like bizarre. I'll watch for like 10 minutes and then I'll like be on my phone on TikTok. I'm like, who's that guy? I don't know him.
Yeah, and I think another one would be I actually enjoy a lot Queen's Gambit. Yeah, it was a very good series. So that's on Netflix. Yeah, that's really dope.
I've heard that.
So I've been watching that lately.
Lutho, your journey. Where does it begin for you? And I suppose what are some of your earliest memories, good or bad?
Is it my journey, cricket in general, or just like now later in my life?
I think just your cricket journey in general from a youngster.
Yeah. Jeepers, going way back now. I started at about 8 years old, 7 years old. Playing in the cricket academy in Port Elizabeth. My dad took me there. At that time, it was just playing sport, trying to play as much sport as possible. I was playing cricket and playing rugby at the same time. So yeah, my cricket journey started back then. Actually, started 8 years old. Started making teams, provincial sides for Eastern Province at the age of 11. And I just continued with it right through junior school, through high school, and it became a big part of my life. In high school, started excelling a little bit more. And then in grade 10, made the SM19 side. So it was a big milestone for myself.
Yeah, that's
I'll tell a lot of people that was probably the time where I realized there's actually something here and hopefully I can maybe push through. So, making that team was a big achievement for myself personally. I think a belief stage that helped a lot. And then, I went through high school and passed, then got into semi-pro cricket with Eastern Province.
Yeah.
I was straight after school. I really enjoyed that. It's a great time in my life. And then, playing for the Warriors, of course. Those guys, as I said, a lot of the time, I'm very thankful for what the Warriors had did for me. It set me up majorly in my career so far. And, since then it happened quickly. Got into the Proteas side and, it's history since then. So I've really been enjoying my journey. Hopefully it continues, and I'm really enjoying where it's been going and where it's taken me so far. So it's been a very lovely journey for me.
You just mentioned that it happened pretty quickly, and it did. Have you caught yourself wondering, like, geez, I'm here now, like I'm genuinely playing for the Proteas? Has it been a pinch myself moment, or has it been like, cool, like I'm here now? Because it happens so quickly, and all of a sudden you find yourself like 10 tests deep for the Proteas, and you're like, I'm a Proteas.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely I'll say a year or two ago. Even now, sometimes I do get that pinch myself moment. It's just you don't it doesn't ever kind of sink in. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's always been a dream growing up and to play for your country. So you kind of sometimes gotta just like look back and say, whoa. Okay, wow, like this is where I'm at the moment. And you can't never ever settle down. Like you can't ever be complacent. You can't ever think you've arrived. I think that's something very important that I'd like to say. You got to keep on working as hard as you can, and hopefully things go well for you and you stay in the side. So that's what it's about. It's not really about being here and thinking you've arrived and you play 1 or 2 games and then you go out again. You kind of want to keep pushing and keep staying in the environment because that's how good it is. And it's really amazing being a part of this journey and being a part of this team. So I do sit back and say, wow, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for all that's happened in my life. But I do want to strive for more and keep on continuing to do that.
Yeah, I suppose it must be the competition for pace bowlers at the Proteas at the moment is massive. With like, KG and Lungi. How's that? I mean, I know you had the Lions with them as well, so you can't really escape it. I suppose they take your game to the next level. If I'm going out on a limb.
No, you're on the right track there. Bowling with KG, bowling with Lungi, bowling with Anna, even bowling with Sisi and the other guys were in the camp. Those guys, they strive for excellence all the time, and you gotta just raise your game. You always are being asked of your work. You're always being competed with. So that's what pushes you. That's what raises your standards. That raises your game, and it pushes you to the level that you have to put up the the performances all the time because you know what you're up against, and it's good competition. It's a competition that helps you grow as a player, as a human being. And yeah, I'm loving every single moment working with KG and Lungi. I learned so much from them, not even on the cricket field, but also things outside of cricket as well, just the way they carry themselves and the way they go about things in life. So yeah, I'm enjoying every single moment of it. And like you say, it is competition, but it's good competition. So you only can grow from that.
I suppose, does it ever get tough for you when you put in hard performances and you're getting maybe, are they getting picked above you? I know the competition's good and you can push yourself so much until you want that spot. Have you got to that stage, I suppose, where it's been like, it's tough now, like not to get selected?
Yeah, well, for me, I think I try not to think too much about those kind of things. Selection is not in my control, so I can't control if I'm going to be selected to play in the starting 11 or not. But yeah, those guys have played. They've had good campaigns. They've played for a long time, so respectively, they do continue to put in the performances. So yeah, you just got to wait it out and just keep. Whenever you do get the chance to do well, you go out there and do well and put up the performances. And at the end of the day, only the selectors and coaches can pick who goes in the team. So it's not a thing that I can dwell on and focus on and be angry about when I don't get put into the starting 11. I must just trust the process, and whenever I do get the opportunity, look to perform as best as I can.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on something you said earlier when in grade 10, when you made that S&19 side, you realized, oh, maybe I can make something of it, a career of cricket. What kind of shift? What shifted for you in terms of maybe preparation or like a mindset? How did your shift from I'm playing cricket here, having a bit of banter on a Saturday, to like, cool, I can make something of this. I need to change this and that.
I think, yeah, in grade 10, I kind of realized, because I was playing rugby as well at the time. I made the S19 side. I was playing flank and eighth man.
Yeah, this is a Lutho picture.
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely in the racks there. But yeah, as I said, in grade 10, I started realizing, look, you can actually have this potential. You can actually do something about this. So as soon as I realized that, I started taking cricket a bit more seriously. So what I did was, you train a bit harder. You put those hardworking hours on your own a bit more. And you try and make sure you put performances on the weekends for your school team, for your first team. And the stake at that time was to try and make the SR19 side and go to the SR19 World Cup. So that was very important for me in making sure that I perform so that I can be looked at by the selectors and by the coaches. So yeah, as I said, training alone, making sure I put in the hours and just keeping fit and making sure I put the performances in. So that was the mental shift at that time. Whereas before, I was just playing with my friends, having a good time, having banter, just enjoying being on the field on Saturdays. And but yeah, that's all. That was the mental shift after that.
Okay. So everyone has obviously a very personal journey. How do you reflect on yours so far? I mean, you're still a young guy, but you're 23, right?
Yeah, I'm turning 23 now in May.
Oh, it's crazy.
What date? Sorry?
What date in May? I'm the 6th.
12th of May. You're close though, you're close. Yeah. So what was the question? Actually, you put me off a little bit.
I'm like, what was the question? Your personal journey and just how do you reflect on it so far?
Yeah, like I said, it's happened quickly. But I'm very grateful for how it's happened. I've had to learn quickly. Had to ask a lot of questions to try and figure out which way to go about things. And luckily enough, I've had the coaching staff and I've had the players around me to assist me in doing that. So yeah, it was just more about trying to learn as quickly as possible and keep on asking questions, keep on trying to find ways to become better as quickly as I can, because playing at this level isn't as easy as it may look. Players are already on the money with what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and you just got to be on it and compete as much as you can. So yeah, learning quickly was a big thing for me so far, and it still is, and I want to continue doing that. And yeah, my journey so far has just been so incredible. As I said, I'm so thankful. Words cannot explain how grateful I am for how it's gone so far. and I just pray and hope that it continues to carry on, and I can grow from this. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had so it's happened pretty quickly, but have you had like some real tough moments? If you're willing to share.
Yeah, I definitely have. Yeah, you come across a game where you're not on song. You kind of feel like you're just not bowling so well, and the batsmen do take you on. There was a game recently now, at the start of the season. I'm sure everyone knows about it. But yeah, against England, that was probably a tough game for me in the T20s there. There've been games where I'm playing franchise cricket and also I'm not bowling so well. And yeah, there've been rocky stages, but you got to learn how to overcome those obstacles and keep on going, keep pushing forward. And just got to keep believing, I guess. So yeah, it definitely has been.
So let's play a game of who's and why. And I think let's kick off with the first one is who's the best player you've ever played against? And I'm sure there are a few, so it doesn't have to be one.
Yeah, I'll name a couple. I played against Steve Smith, definitely up there. David Warner in the ODIs. Josh Butler, definitely a good candidate. Johnny Bairstow is up there as well. I think, that's probably the toughest players I've played against so far. And yeah, those guys can give it to you when they want to. So definitely a big experience.
And who's the fastest bowler you've ever played against? Where you've thought like, Jesus.
That I've faced.
Yeah.
Probably the quickest bowler I've probably faced. I don't get to bat a lot, as we all know. But the quickest bowler I've probably faced is Shaheen Shah Afridi in Pakistan. He bowled to me now. Bowled me a bouncer or two that was quite gaseous. And I was like, damn, okay, this is it now. But yeah, probably Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Who's the kit man's nightmare?
Sorry?
Who's the kit man's nightmare?
Okay, what does that mean?
The guy,
sorry, I'm not with you.
The guy, no. The guy's always asking for kit, losing kit.
There's not much of that up here because everyone gets most of the guys are sponsored their kits, so you can't really share kits with anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Who's the man with the voice?
KG can sing. Can sing quite well, actually.
I saw on his Instagram. Hey, he posted a video. Yeah.
No, KG can sing, so yeah, I'll give it to him actually.
So the last one was who's your roomie, but you guys don't have roomies, so we'll pass that one. Let's turn our attention to the Proteas. What does it take, in your opinion, to be a quality player in all three formats, such as yourself?
Thanks, but I'd say a good head on your shoulders. Definitely your fitness is very important, so you can be able to play all three formats. It's not easy being a part of all three formats. I'd say someone who's got a bit of X factor with him in what he does, bat and ball, able to take wickets in tough stages and just be the go-to man. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in trouble, the team in trouble, just be that guy who sticks it out and puts their hands up to win the game for the team.
What are some of your non-negotiables for maybe preparation in games, and how do they differ between a test match and ODI or T20, if they do?
So a non-negotiable would definitely be my fitness. First of all, I need to be fit and ready to play the game. But preparation-wise, I need to make sure I'm bowling a lot of volumes up for my bowling. I need to bowl a lot of overs, just so you get comfortable with your action, get comfortable with your run-up. And so when you're in the game and in the field, you don't have to think too much about your action and don't have to think too much about your run-up. And all you have to think about is execution. Yeah. So volume is very important, bowling a lot. Making sure the small stuff is right, making sure you're not bowling no balls, and making sure that your foot's behind the line, and execution most importantly as well.
In terms of Proteas debuts, how was yours? How special was it? Was there family and friends there?
Actually, my most precious one probably the T20 debut against Pakistan Wanderers.
Yes.
My parents were there. I had a couple of family there as well, and that was very special. I mean, it was a packed house at Wanderers. as a 20-year-old, 21-year-old walking out into Wanderers, looking around, hearing the noise. The stage has been set, just unbelievable. Parents being there, and yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah.
For the ODIs as well, my parents were in the stadium too. It was at Newlands actually, packed stadium as well. And getting the first week of the debut match is just unbelievable. So yeah, those two were definitely up there. And also my test match one, but that was in the bubble. But even test match cricket, wow, just it's a different atmosphere about it. It's incredible. Like, yeah, everything about it, the build up to the test match, day one, and it's crazy. It's just unbelievable. So yeah, all three of them are very special to my heart.
It must be tough, test cricket, eh? Do you ever 5 days of just hard slog, unforgiving?
It's very tough. There's no way to hide in test cricket. The guys are really on point, as I said before. International batsmen, they play very well. So you got to make sure you're on the money. I started out a bit shaky, but yeah, I try to fight hard. I try to fight back hard as I can, and hopefully it pulled off for me. So yeah, I was very grateful for that.
Yeah, awesome. And like, as a young guy in the team, who do you look to for maybe guidance and leadership? I'm sure there are a lot of leaders in the team, but I mean, personally, who would you go to? Like, who's Lutho Sipamla's go-to guy?
Like you said, a lot of leaders in the team. For me, it'd probably be Lungi and KG.
Okay.
And yeah, probably Lungi and KG. We do the same thing basically. They can understand me when I'm going through something bad, or when I don't understand something, I just go to them and try. They can help me, guide me in ways that just I understand at the moment. So yeah, probably Lungi and KG, and maybe also Anna as well, playing with him at the Warriors. He understands me, understands my bowling a bit more. I bowl a lot more with him. So yeah, speaking to Anna as well, I can bounce off a lot of ideas and learn a lot from him too.
So I mean, if you don't mind us just chatting about the culture camp that happened at the beginning of the year, I think it was. In terms of the happenings, what happened? What was kind of the process you guys went through? And if you have been to one of those before, how do they differ? How does this one differ from the rest?
So the culture camp was just more about getting to know each other, getting to understand the way the brand of cricket we wanted to play. I thought it was very good for the team itself, the team dynamics. We did a lot of team building activity stuff there. So just to get a better understanding of which direction we want to go into, and I thought it was very good for the team itself. So it was very, very positive camp to go to. I've never been a part of something like that before. That was my first one. So yeah, I thought it was really good for the team.
And in terms of walking into it, is it an emotional kind of environment to be in, or guys pretty relaxed and they know what they're going to get?
You don't really know what you're going to get sometimes at camps like that. But if the guys are fully invested, it's a very good thing. And I feel the guys were very invested in it. We came out with good ideas and good plans we wanted to work with going forward. So it was really a good camp for us.
And I mean, if you don't mind sharing, was there maybe a moment that stood out for you, or a few moments that stood out for you?
Yeah, there were a couple, but it's hard to share those because it was very personal to some people. So I don't want to it was very deep stuff sometimes. So
okay.
So yeah, it's just hard to share some of that.
Yeah, I understand. That's why you didn't want to share. That's perfect. Let's go to the Q&A. Who is your idol and why?
Oh, there's a couple. Kobe Bryant is probably definitely my biggest idol. Now he's of course not with us, but yeah, just his teachings on the mental side of sports, on how we approach basketball, of course, and on how to become a professional, how to be a professional. Just his teachings, it was just incredible, and I can relate to a lot of the stuff that he did. Another idol will probably be Roger Federer. He's a beast in what he does. He's second to none, and he's that speak for himself. um,
Yeah.
and then in the cricketing side of things, I'd say Michael Holding. A very big idol of mine. Makayantini, of course, Dale Steyn, very big too. And that's pretty much my idols. I'd also look up to a guy like Pat Cummins.
Okay.
Just the way he goes about his business, how consistent he is, and all the pace that he does is just second to none. So that's really good.
Yeah, you mentioned about the mental side of sport. Have you kind of is that something that you take on wholeheartedly?
Definitely. Cricket is a big part is played in the mind.
So mental.
So it tests you on many fronts. So I think being strong mentally and getting to know yourself is very important in cricket. Getting to know what you're capable of, getting to know what you can still achieve and your potentials is very important. And also, like, you need to be able to manage going through the tough times as well, because it does test you majorly on that side of things as well. So mentally, you need to try to be fit and strong and understand your game fully. So
And what was the shift from provincial to international cricket for you? What does it like?
Just the intensity raises. It's a big raise. Things happen a bit quicker. The ball gets hit a bit harder. The balls get bowled a bit faster. So everything about it just happens so fast, and it's just a bar above from franchise cricket.
Yeah. Who are 3 bowlers that you would love to bowl with in a test?
Can it be anywhere around the world?
Anywhere around the world, dead or alive.
Okay, cool. I'll go seamers. I'll go KG Rabada, Pat Cummins, and Jasprit Boomer.
Sure.
Those would probably be the ideal fast bowlers I'd love to bowl with. Yeah.
That's some scary stuff. What would be your all-time best 11?
Now you're asking me questions I'm not prepared for. Okay, I'll go top of my head. Open the batting will probably be. Can this from the past or anywhere?
In any time.
Okay, I'll probably go. I'll probably go Graham Smith, Dean Alger. 3, I'll probably go Steve Smith. 4, Kohli. 5, I'll probably go. What go 5? Probably AB de Villiers.
Geez, that's a lot of runs in the top 5.
6, the keeper. Probably go Quinny.
Okay.
7. Oh,
tough one.
Not too sure actually. Yeah, it is a tough one. Who are all rounders? Okay, look at my bowlers.
Jacques.
Go. Yeah. No, Jacques will have to be up there. I'm sorry, I missed out on him, but my bowlers will probably be
the 4 you mentioned, or
Dale Steyn, Vernon Philander, Nathan Lyon, Glenn McGraw, and Glenn McGraw. I needed an all-rounder. I'm not too sure what I'd go with. Probably Finch.
Okay.
From England, yeah.
And finally, what is the goal for the next 4, 8, and 12 years in an ideal world? I've had a lot of guys say that we're just going to focus on the next 3 weeks, but I think in an ideal world, what does Lutho Sipamla want for that time period?
Sure, that's a long time to think about. Hopefully in the next 12 years, I can be putting great performances for the Proteas, cricket's definitely something I want to be doing in 12 years' time, and hopefully I can be competing to be in the top of the ranks as a fast bowler in all formats. So yeah, that's probably a goal of mine in the next 10 to 12 years.
Let's go. Lutho, thanks so much, bro. I really appreciate the chat. I really appreciate your insights. And yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's definitely been worth the wait. So thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you for having me, and thank you very much.
Cool. Thanks, brother.